Morning. It's a very weird day. It's been a very weird week, and I just thought, you know what? I will vent a little bit. What is that? Oh, I have a bit of an air draft. I need to water my plants. Anyway, today is a big hair day. Actually, my hair is still short, but I stretched it. Or essentially, I left it in my that tiny tapered cut. But then when I went to sleep, because I was wearing it in ponytails, instead of just washing it again and shrinking it, I just didn't wash it. And so when I don't wash it after it's been in a ponytail, it kind of stretches like that. That's why it looks big, and I just decided to roll with it. So let me tell you about my week, because it's just been one of those weeks. I started having some plumbing issues in my kitchen, right, around my dishwasher, etc. I use my dishwasher regularly, I clean it and all that, but there was just some plumbing issues. So I eventually managed to get the plumbing team to come. They fixed that one thing. As they were fixing it, they realized that they saw a mouse dropping. They said there's probably a mouse that usually comes behind your kitchen. Not in my flat, thank God, but somewhere in the back, in the appliances. So I had to call pest control. I eventually got the appointment from pest control. And then they kind of put all kinds of wiring and all that kind of stuff, so that if ever there is something that comes up the piping, it does not get into the back of my kitchen. I never heard anything, but anyway. So that was that, which meant that because I had the pest control, I just, in case things are a bit toxic or whatever, I left them some like biscuits, cup of tea, etc. And I decided to go stay at my sister's for a good day and a half, just in case whatever they did ends up bringing up a mouse or whatever. So that's that. I came back yesterday, working as usual. Then my bathroom was clogged. Like the loo was... I don't know whether it's because there was some work on the pipe in here, but the bathroom pipes were completely clogged. It was full with like brown water. I don't even know where that came from. I feel like the entire building sewage just went up my toilet. That was the most disgusting thing I have ever seen in my life. And I've been to water cleaning stations, right? Because I've done industrial work. That was disgusting, and I did not have anything to clean it, and I ended up using up every chemical I had, which is not a lot, because I usually have like soda, so I used up my box of like baking soda, my white vinegar. That didn't work. My sister ended up getting me this thing. I realized I had one of those, because I have one of the best stocked cleaning areas, I guess, for this size of apartment. I'm just one of those people who really like to clean everything. I'm not a clean freak, but I like to be really prepared. So it wasn't a matter of not having what I needed. The one thing I didn't have was a plunger. So I was looking online at Argos. My sister went to Waitrose. We could not find a plunger. Like, where do you buy these things these days? So I ended up ordering one on Amazon, but it's only going to arrive today. In the meantime, my bathroom eventually ended up draining a bit after I poured like 3 bottles of that stuff. But this is gross. But every time I flush it, it just brings up stuff from the pipe. And so I'm gonna have to call the plumbers again, this time for my bathroom, which is very annoying. And obviously I'm not using it. Like I just probably will go work from my sister's place. It's just been that kind of week. And my intercom is not working, and I had already booked the engineers, so they're supposed to come today. They still did not come. And I hope that it will work a little bit, at least for me to hear the sound, so that I can hear whenever my Amazon delivery comes with the plunger. But it's just been one of those weeks. I removed, because I had a foot surgery. I removed the big bandages and casting, and the nurse actually, I'm very friendly with the nurse. He did my previous surgery a year and a half ago, like he did my pre and post-op last a couple of years ago, so I am really friendly with him, and we were essentially fighting because he was like, oh, I'd rather while you're here I pull off some of the stitches, and that was super painful, but I know he knows what he does, and he said it's easier if I do it rather than wait a few more days until they fall off. He removed it only on the parts that were healed, but it was just gnarly. I did not need to see that first thing in the morning. But now I have a much smaller contraption in my foot. Let me show you. So that's what it looks like. So this part is a little bit hard. Because shocks are perfect because you can actually change that area. And actually this is a surgical sock, but they had to cut it off because he said I have small feet. They always comment on my feet. I think like everybody who works at that podiatry department has a bit of a foot fetish, because every time they say you have soft feet, you have baby feet, etc. But I also think that they're used to seeing much worse feet. So mine are, because they're supple and they're plump, and also one of the issues I have with my feet is that softness. My part of the problem with my feet is that they're like baby's feet. I already mentioned that. So when my foot heals, I'm going to get some insoles, because they're too soft and cushy. So I'm gonna get insoles so that they're kind of shaped whenever I wear shoes. But what is annoying is that right now I have that permanent dull pain. When I had the much harder, thicker covering of all my injuries, my foot was immobilized because I have a few fractures in there from the operation. And so with the medication and all that, it was kind of bearable. I had a few days where I was in pain, but then most of the time it was bearable. Now that they have removed the big hard thing, it's still kind of protected, but I already stopped taking medication, and now the cover is much thinner, so I just have a constant dull pain. And the last thing that happened before I finish venting was actually we are so busy at work that I am kind of supposed to do 3 things in parallel. So I was supposed to do a project, we had to pause it, and then I had to do another project, and then we told the client, look, I can't do it now, you will have to wait for me until May. He said fine. And then I started this one, and I was supposed to have a team of 4, but we have no capacity, so I'm gonna have to do it with a team of 2, which means that I will have to extend the duration of this project by at least a week, and tell the project that was supposed to start in 2 weeks that I can only start in 4 weeks, and tell the project from that whom I told initially to wait for me a month, that they will need to wait for me 6 weeks. That's the only way if they want to have me as the one managing it, which typically clients want. But it's just been a roller coaster, and I did not sleep last night. That's why I'm kind of hyper, and that's why this video is a bit weird. What happened is that I think I looked at my last email. I sent my last email at 11 p.m. because I'm working with the US client. So my current client is US based. So I will need to adjust my hours, probably start working in the morning, then have a nap and extended break during the day, and then start working again at night, because that also matches my energy profile. It's just that it doesn't match the UK profile. So now with this project for the next 4 or 5 weeks, what I will probably do is work in the morning with my UK team, give them the work that they need to do, have my own nap and rest, and then work at night, so that I can be responsive with my US client and the US colleagues. But yeah, so that has been my week from hell. Other than that, this is the makeup that I have been doing all week, like as in all April. The only thing I changed from what I showed you is the nail polish. So the nail polish, I had the Flormar one. I wore it once, when I did the video with the look. Then I obviously removed it after a few days. I wore it again, but it was the time when I had that big plumbing emergency and I had to leave the house. So I kind of just packed my thing very quickly, my computer and my phone, and luckily I still have my travel bag, and left. So it kind of destroyed my nail polish, and then that's when I realized, oh, it's anyway too thick, and even if I added thinner, it's no longer good. So when I got back, while I was doing a call with my team, I ended up replacing my nail polish with this one. It is by Kure Bazar. This is one of those clean nail polish brands. I don't like the word clean because, you know, whatever. The shade is rose milk. It's just very, very subtle. I'm halfway through it, so I will just continue using that for the remaining few days of April, and then we'll see whether I carry it in May. April has been extremely cold. I don't know what is happening, but it's been extremely cold. We've been having negative degrees at night. I wanted to show you just one small thing. So this is the mess. This is my room. Because I had to kind of... I just took my backpack and put a lot of things and left, because I left in under 5 minutes. And I had just done laundry, so this is all the laundry that I didn't fold. And what can I show you? And I am preparing right now a small station for my bandages, because I have to change them every two days. So I still need to clean all of this and prepare my station, because this thing has to be updated, and there is a special way to like tape my feet and all that. And yeah, I wanted to show you my travel bag. I was very happy that I had a ready-made travel bag. I just updated it because I got back, but when I had to spend an emergency night at my sister, I quickly grabbed this, which luckily I had kept updated, because during lockdown I was using up stuff, but I was also putting unused things, so it was quite useful. And I didn't have to do much thinking about, oh, what am I missing before I go to my sister. Same thing for makeup, which meant that when I went to my sister in a hurry, even though I ended up having to stay there overnight and having to do my work meetings and all that, I didn't feel like I was unpresentable or I was unhygienic or anything. So it was good that I had this, and I just decided that after I finish organizing all of this, I'm just going to like refresh my travel bag and refill certain things with new stuff, as in unopened, and remove the things that I did not use in that overnight trip, because that was also an eye-opener. So one of the things I did not use overnight was this cleansing oil. I realized that I was just using my LMS balm for the full double cleanse, which a lot of people do actually, just that I'm typically kind of cheap, but I just found it very, very easy for me to just do that. I also found myself using it in the morning, which was quite interesting, because in this bag I also had Into Minds cleanser by Aesop, but I think I'm still going to keep the Into Minds cleanser by Aesop, just because it is my preferred cleanser for hot weather. So I will keep it in there. If I end up having to do an overnight trip, I can always decide whether I want to have the Into Minds cleanser. But April has been cold, so I have been preferring balm cleansers. So because I had this in my travel bag and I know I'm not going to use it, I'm going to take it to my bathroom so that I use it over the next few days and then clean this and yeah, just keep it. So the day is getting better. My nose is red because I had the engineer, so I had to obviously wear my mask. I always get this very red thing here, but anyway. So my meeting went well. I managed to make it work even with a smaller team, and I finally have a nice intercom. Look, and it's white. So that's nice. One more thing. So now I'm gonna wait for my Amazon deliveries. I tried to avoid buying from Amazon, but I just needed something very quickly and I couldn't find a plunger, so yeah. Emergency plunger arrived and obviously cleared the issue, thank God. And I had another meeting which also went super well. So overall I am very busy, but I'm happy to be turning things around because the way this week was going was just crazy. Tomorrow is Friday, at last.